Are you Matthew Aldridge?
I'm the attorney of fact for Matthew Aldridge.
You were what?
The attorney of fact.
Attorney what?
Of fact.
Attorney of fact. And what does that mean?
You know, his authorization to do legal representation.
Are you a licensed attorney?
No, I'm simply an attorney of fact.
Okay. And does that mean you have a power of attorney? What is your name?
All right, folks, buckle up, because today's court session is nothing short of wild. On the docket, we've got a man named Matthew Aldridge, or so the paperwork says. The guy who walks up to the podium, he's playing games, claiming he doesn't have a name and instead calling himself the attorney of fact. Yeah, that's not a real legal term, no matter how confident he sounds. Like many sovereign citizens, he's trying the classic move, arguing that the court has no authority over him. Spoiler alert, it absolutely does. If you're standing in the courtroom, you're under its jurisdiction, period. But the best part, the judge isn't having any of it. He shuts Aldridge down hard, in a moment that can only be described as legendary. Total mic drop. Let's break it all down.
You don't have a name? Pardon?
I'm the attorney of fact for the respondent mayor.
Well, let me explain to you. Only an attorney at law can stand in court and represent a criminal defendant. And to do so otherwise violates the criminal law statutes of the state of Tennessee and could land someone who attempts to represent themselves as an attorney at law in serious trouble. I understand what you're saying. I understand you're saying an attorney in fact. And what I want you to understand is that if you have a power of attorney, then you need to demonstrate that power of attorney. Do you have a legal document called a power of attorney?
No, I do not this time.
Okay. Then you don't have any authority to act on behalf of Matthew Aldridge in this court. You have no legal authority, nor do you have any authority through a legal document to represent or to act on behalf of Matthew Aldridge.
Why don't we court just let me file this document?
Show it to the bailiff and he'll show it to me. Apparently there's a copy here.
So here's what went down. This guy walks into court claiming to be an attorney of fact, whatever that's supposed to mean, and to prove it, he hands the judge a piece of paper. Now, you didn't see it on camera because it was during a slower moment, but trust me, the document was pure fiction. It quoted some made-up law that supposedly gives him the right to represent Matthew Aldridge. Here's the reality. Real attorneys are licensed by the state and have to follow strict legal protocols. You can't just print something off the internet and declare yourself a lawyer. This isn't DIY justice. Like most sovereign citizens, he's trying to argue jurisdiction, as if calling himself above the law somehow puts him outside of it. Spoiler alert, that doesn't work. Courts operate on real established laws, not whatever alternate legal universe these folks are living in. And the judge? He's not buying a second of it. He shuts the guy down fast, with zero patience for the nonsense. Honestly, is this sovereign citizen stuff actually becoming more common? Or am I just cursed to keep running into these ridiculous cases? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I need to know I'm not alone in this.
Well, I find that Matthew Neal Aldridge has failed to appear personally in this court for the plea day on his case, which is set for trial tomorrow. And as a result, you have no standing, sir, under what I know what you're trying to do is to try to use the sovereign citizen approach to this situation. And I'm simply telling you that you do not have the right to represent Matthew Neal Aldridge. If you are, in fact, Matthew Neal Aldridge, then you need to say so and stop this nonsense, because what you're attempting to do has no legal effect. You cannot challenge the criminal law or the jurisdiction of this court by simply filing some legal mumbo jumbo having to do with civil litigation. That has civil litigation in it. It is not a criminal case that you have cited. So it has no effect on this court regarding the criminal statutes of this court. This court is empowered under the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution of the State of Tennessee and by the duly elected citizens of Cheatham County to empower and enforce the laws of the state of Tennessee. And that is what I'm going to do regarding Matthew Lynn Aldridge. Mr. Aldridge is set for today to appear in court personally on what we call our last plea day before his trial date tomorrow.
Is that an article 3 trial?
To what?
Will that be an article 3 trial? A trial by jury with jury?
It would be a trial by jury, certainly it would be. But I don't know who you are. And I don't think you have any authority if you are not Matthew Lynn Aldridge to appear before this court. And you're wasting valuable time to all of these other citizens who are here today. So when I'm talking, you stop talking. No, you will when I'm finished talking. You are wasting the court's time by doing this, and I'm just simply instructing you that if you are in fact Matthew Lynn Aldridge, then this is your last day to settle your case. The trial date is set for tomorrow, and unfortunately, it will not go forward because of the fact that I have a conflict and I have to be in Stewart County on a civil matter. So we're going to assign a new trial date for Matthew Lynn Aldridge. All right. To Matthew Aldridge and the individual standing before me whose name must not be altered,
This judge handled the entire situation like a total pro, calm, collected, and in complete control. Every time the sovereign citizen tried to push his attorney of fact nonsense, the judge shut it down, quick and clean. It honestly felt personal. Or maybe this judge has just seen enough of these stunts to know exactly how to dismantle them, step by step. And when the guy started quoting his made-up laws, that's when things got even better. One of the funniest moments. The judge flat out told him he wasn't even allowed to say his name. Seriously, how often do you see that? Judges usually stay stone-faced and neutral, but this one had zero patience for the circus. From the moment the hearing started, it was clear. This judge wasn't going to let the courtroom turn into a stage for nonsense. And by the end of it, one thing was obvious. These sovereign citizen stunts don't hold up, and they never will.
A July 15th trial date for Mr. Aldridge. Whatever this document is that you have filed is in fact invalid because it does not cite any valid criminal statute, and therefore I'm denying whatever that might be in the way of a motion. The trial date will be July 15th. The last day for Mr. Aldridge to enter a plea or go to trial will be July the 8th. July the 8th. Now, we're going to give you a card. If you are in fact Matthew Aldridge and you're just playing games with the court regarding this nonsense that you filed, then you may get this card and you may go on about your business. If you are not Matthew Aldridge, then I would suggest to you, you relay to Mr. Aldridge that he must appear on July the 8th, or a bond revocation will take place, and his case will be set, will take place with him in jail, incarcerated on the 15th.
Sovereign citizens, man, these people are something else. They seriously think they can just opt out of the legal system by claiming they don't recognize the government's authority. They'll talk your ear off about common law or the UCC, Uniform Commercial Code. But here's the kicker. They don't even get how those laws actually work. Let's clear something up. Courts run under federal, state, and local laws that have been around for centuries and are grounded in the Constitution. There's no secret loophole that lets you just decide the rules don't apply to you. But somehow, these folks still clog up courtrooms with their bizarre arguments, wasting everyone's time and accomplishing exactly nothing, except for getting a criminal record. Legally speaking, the whole sovereign citizen defense falls apart because of one key thing: jurisdiction. Courts have jurisdiction over anyone within their geographic area, no matter how many made-up legal terms you throw at them. Sure, it might sound clever in some online echo chambers, but judges? They've seen it all, and they don't entertain these games for a second. And for those of you thinking this whole sovereign citizen thing might help you avoid taxes or dismiss a speeding ticket, here's the truth. It won't just fail. It can. Actually land you with heavier penalties for wasting the court's time. Honestly, I don't get it. Do they really think they're outsmarting the system? Or is this just some misguided sense of rebellion? Either way, it's ridiculous. And at the end of the day, it's kind of sad. They're not really fighting the system. They're just making complete fools of themselves. Anyway, that's my breakdown for today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, drop your thoughts about sovereign citizens in the comments below. I'm curious what you think. Thanks for watching and take care.